Are you tired of losing your Overwatch games? Are you currently on a losing streak so bad you're thinking about quitting? Well, don't give up just yet. Today, I'm going to share with you my 5 best tips for recovering from a losing streak. And trust me, I know a thing or two because I've lost a game or two myself. I want you to put yourself in this scene. You're going on 8 straight losses, all your teammates seemingly have potatoes for brains, and the enemy tank is literally super. Nothing is going your way. That's where tip number 1 stems from. Now wait, before you click off the video and queue up for your 9th straight loss, think about it for a second. Are you still steaming from your last game? Do you think it will have an impact on your next game? Of course it will. When you're on a losing streak, it's crucial to take a break to compose yourself before you play your next game. Go get some food, watch an episode of your favorite show, or just go get some fresh air. Some people may only need 5 minutes, while some people, like myself, need to take the rest of the day off before we re-queue. Resetting your mentality lets your brain operate at full capacity when you come back, and you aren't making rash emotional decisions mid-game. It's the same reason a basketball coach will sub out their player who just got a foul called on them when they clearly didn't commit a foul. The player will get steamed up and start performing suboptimally. Mindset goes hand in hand with taking a break, but it doesn't just deal with being steamed up from a loss. You also need to believe that the game is within your control. It's not unwinnable just because you lost your first fight, or because your DPS is playing an off-meta character. If you were to give up on anything that challenged you in life, you would never end up achieving anything meaningful. It's the same in Overwatch. If you give up on every game that isn't a stomp, you might as well just uninstall now because you're never going to climb. In every game and every fight, believe that you can make an impact that will change the outcome. Stop being the player that blames your teammates for everything and flames them in chat. Doing that can only make the situation worse, which makes you more likely to lose. If your teammate is the one who starts flaming you, leave the voice chat or mute the text chat. It's better to have no communication at all than risk getting tilted because of something a mouth breather is raging about in chat. Oh, and by the way, real scientific research shows that having a positive mentality improves performance in various aspects of life. So if you want to stop losing, start believing that you will win, not just that you can. Nothing like a little boosting to get out of a losing streak, right? Just kidding, mostly. When the going gets rough, it can help to find a partner to queue with. It could be anyone, just make sure that they're decent at the game. As a support main, I like to add good tank players that I come across in my competitive games and queue with them when they're online. Just find something that works for you, and make sure that this person will help you win, not the other way around. I play with some of my friends from college sometimes, and although I love them to death, we lose like 80% of our games. Playing with them wouldn't help me get off a losing streak, so just use your best judgment with this tip. Oh, and if you and your squad are the ones already on a losing streak, you can just flip this tip around and try and go solo for a bit. Sometimes when a group keeps losing, the communication slows down and there may be blaming going on, which is not what you want if you're trying to win. This is the hardest tip to take advantage of on the list, and it's not even close. Stop worrying about individual wins and losses. You need to focus on the bigger picture, which is improving your baseline gameplay. If you play better, you will win more games over a long period of time, which will lead to a higher rank. I know in the past, I've been guilty of being scared to queue because I didn't want to get demoted from losing. The sooner you can get past that, the more you can play at your peak rank and get the experience you need to improve even more and reach a new high. Everyone will experience fluctuations in their rank. That's part of Overwatch. Some days you might be Plat 3, while other days you might be Gold 1. You can't let it stall your drive to play more and improve. If all else fails and you really just can't figure out why you keep losing, or you believe it's totally out of your control, get a better player to review your gameplay. There are tons of resources for you to use on Discord, Reddit, and YouTube, and I'm sure you can find someone to look over your game and point out what you're doing wrong. Reviewing your own gameplay is also a possibility, but it's much harder to spot your own mistakes, and it's very easy to justify what you were thinking even if you can spot them. I'm going to put out a video in the future about how to VOD review yourself effectively, so keep an eye out for that in the next few weeks. If you do get a VOD review, make sure to write down 2 to 3 actionable steps you can take to improve your gameplay. You might not want to work on everything that's mentioned at once, since humans are proven to be terrible at multitasking. Yes, even you. So if your reviewer tells you that your positioning is too aggressive, your ults are mistimed, or your strafing is too predictable, pick one at a time and think about improving it during your games. Once you fix one problem, move on to the next, and so on. Sometimes the mistakes you may be making are so important that they're losing you games, and you just need someone to point it out to you, and it'll instantly improve your gameplay and help you get off that losing streak. Those were my top 5 most important tips that I use to recover from a losing streak in Overwatch. If you have another tip that I didn't mention, be sure to write it in the comments to help out all the people who click on this video while on a massive losing streak. If you got value from this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, as it helps out my channel a whole lot and also lets me know that you want more content like this. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed, and more importantly, I hope you learned something today. See you in the next one.